Yo, mob, what's the word? Back with another video. Now, today's video is going to be episode 5 of Road to Funded. You don't know what that is. Essentially, all I did was I took a 50K funded account. I bought it, cost $90. Bought that account, and I'm going to not only get it passed, but I'm also going to get my first payout on it. So you guys can see the entire process of nothing to funded to making money, right? But with that being said, episode 5, I have a red shirt on. Why do you think I have a red shirt on? Had my first red day of the challenge, and today's red day was very frustrating because it didn't have to be red. It honestly should have been green. I should have passed the account today, but one small mistake messed up my entire trading day. I'm gonna break it down in the video. You're gonna see exactly what that mistake was, but dog, it was actually a frustrating loss. I usually don't get frustrated with losses anymore. I'm at a point where I expect them. Like, if you look at the previous videos, I'm saying let me lower my risk because I know it's coming. I expect these losses, but the loss I took today just was unnecessary. Like, it was a lack of just me paying attention to being aware and all these other things. And nothing to do with the actual charts itself, nothing to do with the setup, but everything else to do with everything else. Does that make sense? I don't know, whatever. But anyways, we're gonna break it down on the charts. Before we get into that, if you're a new trader, beginner trader, don't know what trading is, or confused every time somebody mentions trading, make sure you join our beginners program. The beginners program is gonna be designed for any trader who knows nothing. Right? If a trader knows nothing, don't even know how to use TradingView, don't even know what trading really is, that's exactly who I'm talking to. And of course, we go over lessons that if you're an intermediate trader, it might be good for you here as well, but that will be later in the program. To join the program, make sure you click that link in the description. It's going to take you to either the free membership, the VIP memberships, the annual memberships, the one-on-ones. It's going to take you to everything. If you want to look at the beginners program, make sure you sign up for the free membership. VIP gets a lot more than that, but VIP does cost. The free membership, you will have access to that beginners program. Now, that's everything I got. I'm about to see y'all the charts. So let's get into the charts. So first thing I was doing, right, like every day, like typical, we have our structure that we're currently looking at, just kind of see how price is moving. So we have a low, high, right? So I kind of want to see buys based off of the lower time frame structure. So when I go to my higher time frames, kind of look at that as well. And what I'm noticing is we had liquidity right here. It looks like it probably swept. And it looks like it actually closed above this level right here. Or no, it didn't. Yeah, so it was a wick. So I see more of a sell side kind of thing happening because, again, if we wick above levels, typically that's a sign of reversal. So we see a wick just like this, right? Wick right there. You typically can expect the market to then head down and just kind of finish going down to keep going lower. Because when you look at this, right, we're in the big bullish range. We're all the way from like down here, it was Tuesday. If we go to Monday, it was down here. We go to Friday, it was down here. But we're in a pretty bullish range. And at some point, we do need a retracement. Now, I'm going to play what the market gives me, of course, but that's kind of my thought process on that. We could possibly sell, we could possibly buy. There's reasons for both. I'm leaning more towards sales just because I like how the market has expanded, and I think at some point it needs to retrace. Too many people are making money. So, draw up my MobbbCycle levels, right? Go one more. Oh, cool. So, we had this MobbbCycle low right here that it just broke. We also had our cycle high right here. So, we broke this cycle low. For me, I'm going to re-enter here. Stop loss is just going to be at the 50%. It's a big area, so no need to do more than 50%. 1 to 2 is going to be my first break-even spot. And then 1 to 3 will be my overall TP. Let me do this to 1 to 2. Cool. So from this point, I'm telling myself, okay, what I want to see, right? I do understand the market has this bullish context going on, and this is minor structure. The reason why that's minor structure, oh, takes away, delete that again. We have the bullish context right there. And then we have this minor structure right here. The reason why that's minor structure is because, look, we have our low right here that was created. We have our high right here that was created, which means any movement in between all of this doesn't, like, that's not structured. It doesn't matter. Nothing is actually completely structured until we actually break either the high, then we have a breaking structure to the upside, then we have a new low, whatever low created that high, So we would have something, say we had a low down here, they created this high. Then we go to this low being our new structure, low. Or if we break this low that we previously had, so let's say all this doesn't happen, let me kind of delete some of this. Remove drawings. Go back to my structure low right here. We got structure high right here. Right, we have high, low kind of action going on. So, or the other thing that could happen is we break this low, and if we break that low, structure within shift bearish, it would make sense to try to find something like this, right? So we're waiting for something to happen. We did break out the low, and this is where I messed up. This is where, chat, when I say this one move killed my whole day, let me show y'all. So I got in here, right? Stop loss about, let's say right there, whatever, cool. And exit would be about right here. Cool. So I had my trade set up by about 6-7 contracts. This was going to pass my account. I got up and I think I was like cleaning. I was doing something, but I just wasn't paying attention anymore, right? It got in, cool. Started kind of doing what I wanted to do, cool. Got stopped out, cool, just fine. Didn't have my P&L up, just had the charts up. I go back to my charts and I'm down $500. And I'm like, well, what just happened? Why am I down $500? I accidentally took a trade on gold. So in Top Step on the right side, whenever you change charts, it doesn't automatically change the asset you're trading. And the previous asset I had looked at was gold. So it was still on the gold charts, or the gold, I guess, buy, sell, even though my charts were on ES. I was so upset because I wasn't risking more than 250. That's what I thought my stop loss was set to, 250, right? Apparently it wasn't. Apparently it was set to 500. And because it hit that stop loss of 500, I lost all that money. So at this point, I'm only allowed to trade 3 times a day, and it's based off of my risk. My risk for the day was $750. I was okay with losing about $750, no more than that. And that one trade, instead of losing $250, I lost $500. So that one trade was equal to 2 trades, which means I have 1 trade left. I have 1 trade left, and I've only taken 1 trade. So I'm already irritated, chat. I'm already irritated. So I let the market go, see what happens, right? Still willing to play it. The market breaks up above this. So cool, I want to get on the retest of the cycle level. Stop loss will be like 50% again. 1 to 3 is what I'm aiming for. Just tags me in the trade. And we get to about, you never really got to a 1 to 2. I don't go break even until it's 1 to 2. This is 1 to 8.7. So 1 to 2 is at least right here. Let me just kind of play this out. Eventually I get stopped out of the trade. So took 2 losses, but it equal to my full max loss. So I stopped trading after this. Lost about $750 on the account, which was irritating. I needed $500 something to pass. And I would have passed. Look, let me show you this too, right? The next cycle starts. The market, let me zoom in so you can see it. Let me zoom in so you can see this. The market breaks below our cycle level right here. Cool. Get a retest right here. Stop loss like this. This ran for a 1 to 4. This would also pass my account, even with the loss. Even with the loss. If I would have took 1, 2 losses, just regular losses, let's say I'm down 500, right? Hit a 1 to 4. And with 250 risk, still making $1,000. That's the last 500 I need to pass the account. I still would have passed the account losing these 2 trades. But because of this one mistake where I accidentally took a gold trade, right? I took gold, and because I took gold on accident, I was down $500 to start. So all in all, bad day. Let's set our account back. I'll put it somewhere on the screen. I think it's like halfway. We're at like 1,600 now. Back down 1,600, but it's part of the game. Right, even that didn't happen. I still make my max loss. So everything's good, everything's cool. But that was so like it ruined my entire trading day. I didn't even want to get the charts anymore. I didn't talk. I was like, bro, this is annoying. I mean, I was like 30 minutes, but still, that 30 minutes was the hardest Friday, so we'll have to try to see if we can pass this count next week. Pretty confident we'll pass it next week. We actually have a live testing session on Saturday. We have to show right. Everybody who gets better at trading that test not only practice breaking down, analyzing, keeping reference. That's this way for trading. So make sure you're on Saturday call and understand. Yeah, let's listen to this video. Comment the lesson. I know you know the lesson. The lesson is not. Let me be quiet. Comment what you think the lesson is. Why was today such a bad